Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Super Mario Sunshine playthrough. This is part 5. And we're going straight back into Gelato Beach after we stop hitting the lighthouse. And here we go. We are on episode, I don't remember, 4. Episode 4. I'm unsure if we're finishing, yeah, we are finishing Gelato Beach this part of the playthrough. So, that'll be exciting. The Sandbird is born. Now this level is, I mentioned this in the last part, I'm pretty sure. This is like notoriously difficult. Or at least, like, it's one of those levels that a lot of people like seem to remember as being really difficult. And it is. I remember having a lot of trouble with this level many times when I played this game. So to get there, we need to just go into this weird egg thing. I don't really know what it is, but wherever the Wiggler was in the previous levels, and this is it, the Sandbird. So the whole point of this level is to collect the red coins as it flies around. As you're on the Sandbird, you have to collect the red coins on the Sandbird as it's flying around this like weird place. I don't know, but the thing is the Sandbird likes to try and kill you, so it's pretty unfortunate. So you gotta try and survive on the Sandbird as it's flying around while collecting the red coins. Now unfortunately only 7 of the coins are actually on the bird, so you have to survive the whole time on the bird. And the hard part comes just about now as he's starting to turn. And you gotta try and like stand on these like blocks to survive, but unfortunately I was stood a little too far to the right, which caused me to fall, but managed to recover it just fine. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what was going on at this point. I actually couldn't believe I lived. Especially here, I really thought I was dead there. I don't know. But that's the tower we have to get to, as the bird is climbing the tower. Shouldn't take too much longer now. I remember I never used to be able to collect the red coins that quickly. I remember it used to take me a lot longer. So, I guess it's a lot easier when you've already got all the red coins to survive, because you're only focused on the one thing. But, there we go. Easily done. I've really never had an easier time with that level. I usually struggle with that level like quite a lot. So, I was pleasantly surprised to do it in one. We will have to come back at some point though, unfortunately, because there are blue coins. But, for now, we got the 20th shine. Feels good, man. And we will be off into the next episode. Okie dokie, indeed. Now this one, I believe, is another red coin? No. Oh no, that's the next episode. This one is, it's a much shorter, easier episode. Eelbat Palti... God, I can't even say his name. Eel Piantissimo's Sand Sprint. Butchered that. This is just a little race. There are a few of these throughout the game. They're pretty fun. They're really like, I don't know, just kind of chill. They're not really anything like they're not really too difficult. You just gotta like race this dude to the flag. First one that wins. It's kind of like the race at Super Mario 64 on Bum Battlefield with the Koopa. I forget like his actual name, but off we go. And unfortunately, we're off to a very bad start, hitting him in the rear. Something you don't want to do. But here we go, overtaking him. Simple enough to make your way up here. Take a little shortcut, I suppose, up the hill with Flood. And that's pretty much it. 24:72. Best time ever. No one's ever going to beat that time. But there we go. Easily beat him. He's a slowpoke. And with that, another episode is done. And the 21st shine is ours. But yeah, those levels aren't really like too difficult. There are at least 3 of them. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 of them throughout the game. But they're pretty fun. I like them. Now this is another red coin mission. I remember this one. This one is a, what's it called? Red coins in the coral reef. Yes. This one, again, not too bad. It's very confined, and where it is, it's all just in the little coral reef area here. All the red coins are in the water. Not really too difficult. I had a little bit of trouble finding like a couple, or like the last one, but it is no big deal. We get it done. The more annoying ones are the ones that like the red coin right in front of us. It like follows that like I don't know what it's called, but, like the pack of fish. It like follows along with them. I think there's another one to the right there in the background. There's like a couple that like follow the fish, and they're like the harder ones to get. At least those are always ones I had trouble getting as a kid. But I immediately go for those two because screw that. They're always the tough ones. Now the others are just kind of like lost in the coral reef somewhere. Just gotta swim around, find them, and you get them. See, there's another one there. And luckily the red coins replenish one of your like life meter or like your air meter, so you shouldn't have any trouble really, you know, breathing or not dying to the lack of air. I don't think I've ever really died to that in this game, because it's pretty easy to get air with all the coins and stuff in other levels that involve being underwater. So there is the 4th coin, and here is the 5th coin. Some of them are a little sneaky. The last one, like I said, does take me a little while to find. But that was mostly because I was looking for like the wrong one. Because like, I remember whenever I would do this level, the last one I would always get was one of the moving ones. So I was like, yeah, that's the one I gotta look out for, one of the moving ones. This one's gonna give me a lot of trouble. But that's actually one of like the first two I collected. Well, like those are the first two I collected, so I was looking for like the completely wrong one the whole time. Which kind of dragged this on a little bit longer. But that is okay, we do get it eventually. I don't quite remember where it is. So we're kind of like discovering this together. Yeah, the moving ones I remember always gave me the most trouble. So that's just what I was playing into, but I got them early and I guess I just didn't really realize. I don't know. As you can see, I'm looking very hard right now. And I'm nearly dead. But luckily, I think the red coin is just here. So, there we go. There is the final red coin, which then spawns the Shine Sprite, which we then go and collect very, very easily. Easy peasy. And since this is episode 6, that means the next one is 7, because numbers. Which also means the next one is a Shadow Mario level. So that is what we'll be doing now. Well, in just a few moments. But yeah, these like next few levels are pretty quick. So that's how we're able to knock out Gelato Park and, you know, the rest of it in this episode. Definitely got some shorter levels here. Or maybe I'm just like pretty quick at the game now. Or maybe it's just, I don't know. Because I haven't really edited much out. This is pretty, like the only things I've really edited out are the transitions between the episodes themselves. I've pretty much been doing them as fast as you're seeing on the screen. So, yeah, these aren't really taking too long. I'm an experienced gamer now, so I guess it all makes sense. Shadow Mario still knocking me on my ass though, unfortunately. I don't know. Shadow Mario does a lot to me in this playthrough, and it's very annoying. Always hitting me, like, he just randomly like stops moving sometimes, and like, I'll just keep running, so I'm trying to chase him, and then I ended up knocking into him. So, yeah, if you cut him off, he always just runs back the other way, because he doesn't want to get caught, and there we go, hitting him again, which is then causing us to fall, which is very annoying. And I sort of lost him at this point, but yeah, there he is in the back there. Funnily enough, I think most of this episode, or like a good portion of this episode, is going to be taken up by the last episode of this, of Gelato Beach. With the watermelon, which I'm sure most people are familiar with if they have played this game. There we go, taking down Shadow Mario, easily enough. He did knock us down a few times, but we got him. We got him in the end. He is a tough cookie. And yes, with that done, we're now heading into the final episode of Gelato Beach, which is the Watermelon Contest, I believe it's called. I actually don't remember like any of the episode names. The Watermelon Festival, sorry, there we go. yes, this is pretty much the rest of the part of the playthrough. But I figured, I guess this is the only part of the playthrough. This took me the longest. Like, for this part, this is like most of the recording. This part is completely edited. None of the other parts were. So when I say like this is pretty quick, or like this is a pretty quick world, I mean everything but this one is pretty quick. Because this is definitely the vast majority of the recording. Like if I check the recording length, the raw file, it took me, this is 25 minutes long and I've cut this down to 15, so I cut out like 10 minutes, which includes like the episode transitions or whatever, but like most of it's this. I did keep a lot of like the fails in because I think it's entertaining, and I just thought the episode was a lot like shorter than I thought it was going to be honest. So I felt like 10 minutes was like too short, even though 10 minutes was like the standard back in the day. It feels a bit too short now, but I figured it'd be quite funny to keep in some of the fails. I believe I left most of them in. There might have been like a couple that were just kind of like the same that I might have like left out, but so this is the way I always go. I always go to the right and try and knock it down this way. There are a bunch of cataquacks this way, unfortunately, but there are a bunch of cataquacks like pretty much everywhere you go. I don't think there's any like one true great route to go. This is just the way I've always gone, so I figured why not keep it going. So the problem with this level is that you want to get the watermelon down to the down to where the shine is that showed at the start there. But to do that, you need to get past all these cataquacks, and the cataquacks, if they get a hold of the watermelon, they fling it up into the air and destroy it. Now, that's not the only thing that can destroy it. Obviously, squishing it against the wall there, or any sort of solid object, will destroy it too. So you gotta try and avoid that. So the whole time you're pushing this watermelon around, you've gotta avoid the cataquacks, or that'll happen. You've then gotta avoid all the solid objects, and then also keep pushing the watermelon around. But then after you've done all that, the final stretch, you're on a very thin, as you can see, like a very thin like plank or like walkway. You have to slowly push the watermelon on to get to like the little hut. So it's very unfun. And you have to use the biggest watermelon, and this is the biggest watermelon. It's the one at the very tippity top of the level. No other watermelon is good enough. You need the biggest one, which is this one. But as you can see, failing over and over and over again. Yeah, the cataquacks are really screwing me up. This one, it like bounced over that dude, and then it bounced into that one, and it's just very unfortunate. And now I'm just getting juggled now and nearly die. So that's just great. But here is the successful attempt. Ended up bringing it down here. I knew there was a cataquack down there, so I wanted to make sure I got him. But like, check where he is. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go take care of him now. If the cataquacks are on the sand, they will automatically, once you spray them, they will automatically sink into the sand. But if they're on grass, you have to jump on them, which will then keep them in the ground, stunned into the ground for a little bit longer, or like just like a regular amount of time. So we're moving this watermelon out of the way because that one's not good enough. And here we go. The final well, we're nearly at the final stretch. Just gotta take care of those cataquacks, and like I said, automatically sink down once you once they're on sand. And yet this little guy, I heard him coming. He was making me very sweaty, so I took care of that one. Yep. And then here we go, the final walkway. Can we make it? Obviously we can, because otherwise I wouldn't have said we made it. You just take it nice and slow. The only thing at this point stopping you is pretty much just the only thing that can destroy the watermelon is you just pushing it off the edge. Now it's fine for you to fall off the edge, that's fine. But yes, keep the watermelon on there and you'll be good. Just take it nice and slow, and hopefully you make it in. Just like that. Easily done. Watermelon goes up. Gets shredded, I guess, blended. Seems like a waste, but there we go. That then spawns the shine sprite for some reason. Don't know why they hold it captive when they want us to save all the shine sprites. But there we go. And with that done, that will be the end of this part of the playthrough. Thank you so much for watching this part of the playthrough. If you enjoyed it, please stick around because there will be more coming soon. That is it for me. Thank you and goodbye.